I thought about this yesterday. You asked me earlier, like, when do you think about the podcast? And I actually thought about this not yesterday, the day before yesterday. I was having a conversation with somebody. That's a lot of big fights right there.
A lot of money.
And we got a lot of big fights this year, didn't we?
Yes.
And we got a lot of big fights on Showtime this year.
Yes.
We got big fights around...
Showtime basically dominated the big fights.
Yeah, we got... But
they went out with a bang.
I was like, yo, in retrospect, what I truly feel is that this wasn't just these fights make sense, so let's make them happen now because they make sense now. I think it was more so PBC is showing Amazon, showing Netflix, this is what we can do.
Deliver, yeah.
And Showtime ended up being the train.
Yep.
That was pushing all that.
Yeah.
And they lose at the end.
Did they lose or did they gain?
Well, they lost, but
they lost
the sports.
They lost the home.
The sports. What do you call it? Like the sports division as a whole is leaving Showtime. So it's not like just boxing.
Yeah.
It's just
It wasn't just a boxing
Showtime.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I was like, yo, with PBC knowing this, they knew, hey, in order for us to get Prime, in order for us to get Netflix, in order for us to get something better than this right here, we got to show them what we worth.
Yeah, you can't in 2022. 2022 was a down year of boxing. Like I felt like we never got. I know, but I feel like we didn't get everything we wanted. And 2023 just gave us a bunch of fights, and you can't bring that to the table and then expect the deal and expect to get the money you want.
Yeah,
have special requests. So they left with a boom.
But I think a mark though.
Yeah,
I think that's the mark now for PBC.
Yeah,
you know, you get Jamal and Jose, and then you get winner of that against another elite fighter. You know what I mean? I think what's his name could possibly be in the conversation for that. Tim Tszyu.
Okay.
Even though Tim Tszyu's a 154-pound fighter, I think he could possibly be in the conversation.
Why would you skip Carlos, the interim
Adames?
Champion? Yeah.
You don't. I personally don't skip him, but I don't think that it's quite time for him to be in the ring with those guys. His name and relevancy isn't like Tim Tszyu.
Build your name up, come back and talk to me.
Some fighters just gotta continue to kind of, for the sake of words, stay in their lane. You know, and I hate to say it that way, but Carlos Adames, I think he beats Charlo and he beats Benavidez just based on,
especially right now,
based on who he is and what he can do.
Yeah.
He's really good. And I'm trying to think of something while I'm talking at the same time, but I just think that somebody like Tim Tszyu, again, when you gotta sell and promote to a big network, now it's about name, now it's about leverage, now it's about who can they pull into the stadium, the list goes on. I just feel like even though Tim hasn't had a fight over here yet, he's coming over here at the beginning of the year. He'll be fighting over here in the beginning of the year, you know, so I think that somebody like him could be more so in line to fight at 160 before somebody like Carlos Adames.
Fight those guys at 160.
Those guys. Yeah, those guys.
But I mean, at the end of the day, why would I give up the search for your other brother to go to the other brother? My path is the other twin. Yeah. I think even though you told him you'll never get him, his mindset is still Charlo. Yeah. Is that Jamel Charlo?
Jamel.
Yeah, Jamel Charlo. Y'all over here with all these Charlos messing me up. But I think Amazon and PBC, match made in heaven, some would say, or no?
Which one?
Amazon and PBC.
I think so.
I think it could work.
I think it's a match made in heaven.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people like nervous. I mean, just go and take a chance. What happens? I mean, when PBC first came on stage, they were all over the place. And eventually they settled down, figured out their home and kind of settled in. Yeah. But when they first came, it was they here. One channel I didn't even have. Yeah. I'm like, oh, what's going on?
Bounce.
Shut up, Shawn. How you know that? They might go back to Bounce.
Yeah, told you gotta call me when you want to know stuff.
Okay. Shout out to Bounce.
Don't call Shawn to tell.
Hey, they was all over the place, and eventually they found their home and settled in.